My involvement with University Y started back in 1954 when I was a student at the University of Minnesota. I was here and active in the programs here for those 4 years. And then I came back in 1963 as a program director. In '69, I became the executive. During that time, we created just a whole bunch of new stuff, and it was really great. The building we're in right now is the original University YMCA building that has been on this location. As a matter of fact, this particular room was called the Great Hall, and the room was used for all kinds of social engagements, for meetings, for speakers, for you name it. But it was a great space, and students loved to be here. The purpose of the University YMCA and how it's changed over time, and let me say a couple of words about that. The purpose is challenging students to develop reflective, ethical leadership for the common good. And over time, it's had different forms because of the different changing needs of students and the university over the course of its history. So since the early '60s, the University Y has created student-led programs such as mentoring children, helping first-generation college freshmen to become successful. The key to its work all the way through has been forming groups that have high trust and that work together towards a task in which students become aware of what their true gifts really are.
I was at the University Y in the early 1990s, and I was a student leader that was involved in the immersion program. Went on a few trips, and then I led some trips and got involved in other programs here at the University Y, and then also came back as a program director a few years later and was here for almost 10 years. I think the University Y has effective social change and social justice because they bring those issues to students so that they can look into them, delve into them, study them through the actions and the experiences that they have through University YMCA. And I think it really instills, no matter what career people go into, it really instills in them the fact that our society needs work. Things are happening every day that aren't quite right, and we need to have people who want to spend time on making those changes. Women became part of the YMCA in the '70s, but the University Ys were a little earlier because I think they saw that there was this inequity and why are women not involved. So I think it was for the University Y in 1964 that women started coming to programming, and women have been strong leaders here ever since. I think the people who come through the University YMCA and get their education here and get their experience and reflect on that experience become different people than they probably would without the University YMCA. And I think no matter what career path that they have found, if they're in business, they'll probably look at social responsibility a little different than someone who had maybe not gone through the University Y. If they're in tech or in social services, nonprofit sector, government sector, we always have that in the back of our mind. How can we be part of the society? How can we be part of the people who make a difference? How can we be more civically engaged? How can we be philanthropic? All of that is part of what is instilled when you're a University Y alum.
My name is Kirsten Alfaro, and I am actually a recent alumni of the University of Minnesota. My largest role, I would say, I played was in Why Mentors Literacy Matters. I started out as a mentor. I came back in the following years as a site lead, a program coordinator, and a program manager. I've also been a part of the community board. I've been a student officer, and I'm now a youth development coordinator. When I first started college here, I felt really small on such a large campus, just flooded with students, and coming to the UY, it just made that campus feel so much smaller. I felt a lot more important. I felt valued. I felt cherished. I really felt that wherever I went, people were genuinely happy to see me and spend time with me. I believe that the UY is always changing. There's this evolution of what the UI used to look like, what the UI looks like now, and what the UI will look like in the future. The UI is for everyone. The UI is here for me. The UI is here for students of color, for first-generation students. The UI is a magical place where you can come and you can be you. And the UI is familia, it's family.